The courtroom falls silent as Kody Brown steps onto the witness stand, face pale, hands trembling. Across the aisle, all 5 of his wives, yes, 5, sit together for the first time in years, holding folders filled with evidence. Secrets that were buried for over a decade are about to see the light of day. But what none of them know is just how deep this rabbit hole goes. And what's coming next will blow everything the public thought they knew about the Brown family. Do you think Kody's finally going to get what he has coming? Stay tuned and leave us a comment below of what you think he's hiding. It starts with a whisper. Christine, waiting in the courthouse hallway, her hand wrapped tightly around a folder white-knuckled. She's early, by herself, nervous. The tap of her heels on the marble floor echoes through the empty space like a countdown timer. Today isn't just about paperwork. It's about vindication. 2 hours ago, she sat across from Meri and Janelle in a serene cafe. It was the first time in years that all 3 of them had been in the same space without cameras, producers, or fabricated family meals. No script, no acting, just women who once trusted the same man, now with the wounds he inflicted. Ready for this? Janelle asks, her own voice heavy with warning, but infused with steel. Christine nods. I've waited too long. Meri doesn't speak. She stares down at the table, tears welling but refusing to fall. What she's about to do in court goes against every ounce of loyalty she once held. But betrayal changes people, and Kody's betrayal wasn't just marital. It was financial, emotional, legal. The courtroom is small but charged with tension. You smell the old wood, sense the hum of fluorescent lights above. All seats are occupied. Press, remote family members, even a few former crew from the TLC era. The judge, a woman with piercing gaze and firm voice, comes in. All rise. Kody is already seated across from his lawyer. His hair is slicked back, but the nervous tick in his jaw gives away the sleek facade. He didn't anticipate all of them being here, let alone together. And then there is the initial shock. Robyn comes in and doesn't sit with him. Rather, she sits with Christine, Meri, and Janelle. Gasp spreads across the courtroom. The favorite wife, the one who remained behind, is suddenly switching camps. No one yet has a clue what she possesses, but she's holding a tiny black notebook, as if her existence is at stake. Whatever is in that notebook may make everything different. Testimony starts with Christine. Her tone is steady but razor sharp. Kody stashed cash. From us. Hands from the show. From the IRS. The judge leans in. The courtroom stirs. Kody's lawyer objects. Speculation, but Christine doesn't back down. It's not speculation. It's in the records. Transactions, shell accounts, pseudonymous business names connected to real estate that none of us even knew about. She waves Exhibit A, a copied email between Kody and a financial advisor that is confidential. Sister Wives LLC. Why was I, a legal member of the LLC, never told about this account? Christine insists. Your jaw drops as the judge turns to Kody. Mr. Brown, do you want to respond to this? He stammers, clears his throat. That was for business protection. It wasn't. I never meant. Answer the question. The judge cuts in. Kody pauses. Christine softens her tone but cuts through the silence. You were defending yourself, not us. Robyn's turn. And what she utters leaves the whole courtroom aghast. I married Kody legally in 2010, but in 2013, he married someone else, without telling me, out of state. Gasps. Christine's eyes lock onto Kody. Janelle blanches. Meri shakes her head. Robyn pulls out the black notebook and shows a one-page marriage certificate. Dated. Signed. Out of state. Kept secret from everyone, including her. He said it was a work trip, she states, but he was marrying wife number 5. This isn't betrayal. It's bigamy. And it's fraud. This next part shifts everything. Don't move from your seat. The next witness will expose the individual who helped him cover it up. Outside of the courtroom, reporters scramble to catch reaction. Viewers nationwide watch on live streams. Twitter goes haywire. Inside, Janelle is sworn in. Her calm is different, surgical, measured. She hands the judge a document titled Property Transfer, 2020. She tells how Kody bullied every wife into transferring property for tax purposes. But in fact, the properties were directed into private companies with no wife as a co-owner. He made us think we were penniless, says Janelle, her voice cracking for the first time. While he was purchasing a third residence in Nevada. The judge furrows his brow. Are these holdings still in operation? Yes, Janelle responds. He put Robyn's cousin as the owner. Robyn appears shocked. He said that house was for the children. Christine addresses her slowly. You didn't know? Robyn shakes her head, the notebook shaking in her hand. I didn't know. The cracks are growing. Alliances are fragmenting. And Kody is getting short on excuses. Before this court proceeding adjourns, a sealed envelope comes in, and it could contain the biggest bombshell yet. The room is in stasis. Nobody takes a breath. The bailiff comes to the bench with a lone white envelope, unadorned, other than the red stamp that says urgent. Evidence submission. The judge looks at it, then at the lawyers. Is this from either side? Kody's attorney shudders his head. The wives give each other wordless glances. Christine breaks the silence. We didn't send it. But Robyn's face changes. A flash of panic. Awareness. She drops her eyes, gripping her black notebook harder. The judge rips the seal open. A set of pictures, and one brief note. She reads them silently, then holds one up to display. It's a picture of Kody Brown, standing in a tiny country chapel, wearing a tuxedo, holding hands with a woman nobody in that courtroom has ever laid eyes on. The note, in shaky hand, says, "This is my wedding day. He told me he was divorced. He told me the show was fake." Gasps. Journalists dash out the doors, phones at the ready. Robyn's face crumbles. Christine huddles forward, as if attempting to discern the woman's countenance. Janelle covers her mouth. The judge bangs her gavel twice. Order in this court. She spins back toward Kody. Mr. Brown, are you ready to explain this right now? We're just beginning. What happens next will rock the courtroom to its foundation, and Kody has a hunch it knows it. Kody slowly rises, not looking at anyone. That was a misunderstanding, he starts. It wasn't real. She thought it was something else. The judge raises her hand. I'm not asking what she thought. I'm asking you, did you or did you not marry this woman while legally married to Robyn Brown? Silence. Then yes. Gasps once more. But Christine doesn't gasp. She laughs. A dry, bitter sound that rings out across the room. You made us the bad guys, she replies easily. On national television, while you were out there acting husband to a stranger. Kody tightens his jaw. You don't know the whole story. Then explain it. Janelle retorts. We're listening. Robyn finally finds her voice, which is fractured and shaking. You said you were away on business. You said you were tired, overwhelmed. You lied to me. Her hand lets go of the notebook. It falls to the ground with a muffled thud. Pages rustle. Christine glimpses the scribbled letters within. Pages of thoughts, apologies, and receipts. And just when you think Kody's secrets can't go deeper, a single page from that notebook will upend everything. The judge calls for a recess. Cameras are taken away. Everyone vacates the room, except for the wives and Kody. This is where it gets real. Robyn doesn't glance at him. You told me I was the only legal wife, she says in a low tone. You made me think that. I was protecting all of you. He continues to plead. The producers, they needed more drama. They pushed me. Don't you dare apologize for this on the show. Meri interrupts. We shielded you. Years. We excused your moods, your vanishing acts, your manufactured apologies. And all the while, Christine contributes. You were creating a life we had no knowledge of. Was it about money? Janelle inquires. Were we not sufficient? No. Kody responds too hastily. It was not like that. Then tell the truth. He doesn't. Because the truth, the actual truth, is in the pictures. The fifth woman, blonde, a late 30s woman, standing next to Kody, smiling for the camera, like she just won the lottery. There's a date stamp on the picture. It's 2 days after Kody's final public interview, where he sobbed on television about his family falling apart. And now it makes sense. The breakdowns, the shoot cancellations, the urgent calls for privacy. Kody wasn't losing it. He was beginning again. Back in the hallway, the wives stand in a tight circle. Robyn finally speaks up. I knew something wasn't right. I saw texts, late-night phone calls, hotel receipts I didn't recognize. Why did you never say anything? Janelle whispers. Because I wanted to believe him. Robyn confesses. Because if I didn't, everything I defended would fall apart. Christine grabs her hand, surprisingly gentle. Then let it fall apart. We're here now. Together. They return to court after recess. The judge this time has copies of the notebook pages. Apparently the bailiff reported them as additional evidence when Robyn lost it. One page in special is read out. I asked Kody where he was off to. He told me it was a boys' trip, but I discovered a bridal receipt. White wedding dress, Utah boutique. He said it was a gift for a niece. I knew he was lying. The courtroom sits in stunned silence. Another page. Christine suspects. She questioned me about the new credit card. I said it was for repairs at home, but it wasn't. One more. I think I've lost him, but if I say it out loud, it becomes real. Robyn can no longer suppress the tears. They flow freely, wordlessly. The judge glances between the pages and photographs. She exhales. We're not discussing a messy family squabble anymore. We're discussing fraud, misrepresentation, and potential bigamy under state law. And yet, the most damaging evidence has yet to be unveiled. At the conclusion of the session, just prior to adjournment, the judge utters one last remark. In tomorrow's hearing, we'll examine all of the financial records, the testimony of the unidentified spouse in these photographs, and possible criminal charges, depending upon what we find. There is a ripple of fear throughout the room. Kody turns white. Christine rises to her feet and speaks with conviction. You desired secrets. You constructed your empire on deception. Now you can see it go up in flames. The courtroom is hushed. Lights low. Tension high. A financial forensic expert steps onto the stand, holding a single flash drive. On it, years of hidden transactions, unmarked withdrawals, shell corporation, fraud. But what no one expects is what name shows up as the co-signer. Not Robyn, not Christine, not Janelle, not even Meri. It's a name all of the wives don't know. And that's when the judge stops, raises the typed paper in her hand, and utters the words that cause the courtroom to be electrified with shock. We have reason to believe these funds were used to support a second undocumented family. Kody bristles. Christine gasps. Robyn's eyes open wide. This is more than betrayal. This is criminal. And the women aren't the only ones Kody's been deceived. Stay tuned. The next 10 minutes reveal how Kody came close to losing everything, and who assisted him in covering it up. The courtroom hums with a new type of electricity, the type you get when something irreversible is on the verge of happening. Kody isn't fidgeting anymore. He's paralyzed. Even his lawyer looks over with visible concern. The flash drive is plugged into the court's projection device. A spreadsheet comes on screen. Line upon line of transactions, thousands of dollars moving every couple of weeks, spelled as consulting, production costs, family vacation, but all of them funneled into an account called Prairie Branch Holdings LLC. Mr. Brown, the judge repeats, unruffled, are you the sole owner of Prairie Branch Holdings? Kody's lips open. He pauses. Then yes. And were your wives ever told about this LLC's existence? Nothing. Christine edges forward. No, not ever. And I did the majority of our taxes on set. The judge furrows her brow. So you're affirming that you were kept out of decisions regarding the show's money. Christine never blinked. I'm affirming that none of us knew Kody was taking money from the back-end profits of the show and putting it into an account we couldn't touch. The betrayal is no longer emotional, it's financial. The courtroom knows it, and Kody is running out of exit. The next witness comes as a surprise. A financial forensic specialist, Laura Briggs, subpoenaed in by the legal team working for Chris. She's crisp, collected, lethal. We did a pattern analysis, Laura says. Prairie Branch Holdings was used to channel production bonus, tax rebates, and third-party sponsorship money into one central account. Janelle's jaw clenched. More than $487,000 was siphoned off over 6 years. The money wasn't reported collected. It wasn't shared throughout the family LLC, the initial agreement either. The judge nods. And what were the funds spent on? Laura advances the slide. A breakdown is visible, line by line. Private school fees in Idaho. Monthly wire transfers to an account in the name Rachel K. Brown, mortgage payments on a Montana property. Robyn visibly gasps. I've never heard that name in my life. Christine whispers, Rachel K. Brown. Then realization hits. Is that who he married? The courtroom is in disbelief. Meri stands. Who is Rachel K. Brown? All eyes fall on Kody. He doesn't speak, and that silence says more than any lie ever could. The judge orders a 10-minute recess. The air is charged. Staff members whisper to one another. Journalists scramble to text editors. Everyone senses something earth-shaking just broke open. In the hallway, Christine blankly gazes at the spreadsheet printed in her. $500,000, she whispers. While we were laying off selling stuff and shooting stage scenes about tight budget, he was financing her. Meri? uncharacteristically subdued, states, "We lost our homes, our peace, our dignity, for this reality show." And he was piecing together a different life the entire time. Robyn stands with her back against the wall. Mascara smudges on her face. "I feel like a puppet, like I never exist." Christine puts a hand on her back. "You did. We all did. But Kody never perceived it that way." They step back into the courtroom. The judge continues. "Kody Brown," she starts, "you are currently under fiscal investigation for concealed assets and possible misappropriation of joint marital funds. Do you have anything to say in your defense?" Kody rises. "Finally. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I was trying to stabilize us. The show was falling apart. TLC was about to pull the plug. I thought if I could create something beyond all of this, I could keep my family safe." Christine interrupts, her voice louder now. "Keep us safe. You left us." And now comes the kicker. A surprise witness is going to come through that door. A side door opens. A woman enters, blonde, late 30s, nervous, but confident. The room falls silent. She approaches the judge, hands over her ID, and is sworn in. "My name is Rachel Brown," she responds. "I married Kody Brown in 2015. He informed me that he was separated. He explained the show was for drama, that none of it was real anymore." Janelle is shocked. "You knew he was on a TV show?" "Yes," Rachel responds. "But he told me the wives had all moved on, that it was a contractual thing, that I didn't have anything to worry about." Christine, struggling to hold it together, asks, "Did he ever say anything about us, the kids?" Rachel looks down. "No. Told me he hadn't spoken with you, that you all disliked." Meri's eyes well up with tears. "He said we told him you were a fling." Rachel shakes her head. "We've been together for nearly a decade." The courtroom doesn't just feel broken, it feels betrayed. And there's still more to uncover. The judge ends the session with final remarks. "This case has grown way beyond a custody or divorce. We are now considering possible fraud, financial manipulation, and illegal bigamy. Tomorrow's hearing will see subpoenas issued for production contracts, tax returns, and any letters exchanged between Mr. Brown and TLC Network." Christine stands up, locking eyes with Kody. The courtroom lights flash. Outside, a storm is brewing, thunder growling in the distance. But inside, another type of storm is about to break. Robyn Brown perches on the witness stand, holding herself together by mere threads. Her hands shake, her voice quavers, and before a stunned courtroom, with Kody mere feet away, she finally utters the words out loud. "I don't know who I married anymore." Gasps spread throughout the room. Behind her, Christine, Janelle, and Meri gaze with empty eyes. The years of suffering, confusion, and loneliness at last making sense. But what follows is not only emotional, it's heartbreaking. Because Robyn has arrived with a suitcase. In it, dozens of handwritten letters, secrets Kody pleaded her to burn, but she didn't. And now, she's going to read them aloud. Stick with us, because what Robyn has to share next will have the courtroom crying. Robyn takes a deep breath. She unsnares the latches of the suitcase slowly, the metal clicks sounding like the beat of a drum. There are piles of old envelopes in it, many of which have yellowed with age. She extracts the first one, unfolding the wrinkled page with shaking fingers. "This one," she whispers, "was 2014, just before he got married to Rachel." Kody fidgets in his seat. The courtroom holds its collective breath in silent expectation. Robyn starts to read. If they find out, it all crumbles. The show, the transactions, the legacy. But Rachel is different. She trusts me. She doesn't nag or second-guess everything. She's peace. Christine's jaw falls. Janelle clutches the bench. Meri closes her eyes. "He wrote those lines when we were shooting family therapy sessions." Christine breathes. "He said he was getting better." Robyn keeps going. Robyn suspects. She's too smart, but she's loyal. "I think I can persuade her I'm still in, if I keep her close enough." Tears fall down Robyn's face. "I kept wondering why he wanted me close," she says, her voice cracking. "Turns out, I was the alibi. And now the woman who stood up for Kody for more than a decade is the one destroying his world." The judge visibly appears to be moved. "Miss Brown, are you prepared to submit these letters as evidence?" Robyn nods. "I want the truth on record." She hands over the entire stack. The court stenographer begins entering notes furiously. Kody's lawyer objects, citing emotional manipulation, but the judge allows it. "This is no longer just about finances or marriage," the judge says sternly. "This is about pattern, intent, and deception at every level. Then comes the breaking point. Christine stands. "I want to add something," she says. Christine moves forward, with a USB in her hand. This has video footage, which was taken during the first seasons of Sister Wives. It never aired, but it catches Kody on camera saying that he doesn't regard our spiritual marriages as real. He makes jokes about them being contractual optics. Robyn winces. Janelle gasps. Meri hides her face. Kody rises suddenly. "This is out of context. That was a joke. I was playing into the script." "Sit down, Mr. Brown." The judge growls. Christine addresses him directly. "You made us plead for your love. You embarrassed us on television, and then you mocked it behind the scenes. And what Christine does next will stun even her closest supporters." She addresses the judge again. "I want to legally withdraw from any other spousal or partnership claims related to Kody Brown. I want nothing from him. No money, no assets, just the truth, on record." Gasps ring out. Janelle appears shocked. Even Meri is left speechless. The judge leans forward. "You realize what this means?" Christine nods. "I do, but I won't be bound by this lie anymore." Kody mutters something under his breath. The mic captures it. "She's bluffing. She'll come crawling back when the cameras dry up." Christine hears him. "No, Kody," she says, voice calm. "This time I'm walking away, and I'm not looking back." For the first time in over a decade, Christine is truly free, and Kody has lost the one person who still believed he could change. The judge orders the footage reviewed and catalogued, while Robyn sits in silence. Her weeping hasn't ceased. Meri puts a gentle hand on her shoulder. "You didn't know," Meri whispers to her. Robyn's gaze meets hers, shattered. "But I defended him. I accused you." Janelle, surprisingly gentle, joins in. "We all did. Because he made us think he was the victim." Robyn speaks in a hushed tone. "What do I do now?" Christine responds sternly. "You do what he never did. Tell the truth. Stand in it. Own your part. And then let it go." Kody makes one final move. He requests to speak. He strides over to the stand, gazes out at the courtroom, and says, "You all pretend like I'm the only one who lied. But you played your parts. You signed the contracts. You pursued the fame. You fed the machine." Gasps run through, but the wives remain unmoved. Christine stands up once more. "Yes, we pursued a dream, a family, something greater than ourselves. But you pursued power." And the curtain comes down. Kody's face contorts in anger. But there's no one to impress anymore. And just when you think this courtroom couldn't blow any harder, the judge reveals a final bombshell. She opens a folder. An anonymous whistleblower has leaked internal emails from the Sister Wives production company, revealing that several executives had knowledge of Kody's covert marriage and told editors to keep it quiet. Total silence. Janelle speaks softly. "They knew?" The judge nods. These claims trigger a secondary investigation into corporate cover-up and ethics breaches. The courtroom has changed from a family soap opera to a national scandal. Christine breathes deeply. "I told you, this is bigger than us." The judge returns to the courtroom, a thick file in her arms, and a silence so dense it seems as though the walls are listening. Every camera is running. Every eye is focused on the bench. Behind her, a clerk sets down a sealed envelope on the desk. The official report of the investigation. Within the verdict that will destroy or save what's left of the Brown family legacy. Christine clutches the edge of the bench with her fingers. Meri is shallowly breathing. Janelle is frozen forward, unreadable. Still, but it's Robyn, trembling, silently sobbing, holding a tissue, as if it were all that kept her from spinning apart, that the judge focuses on. Kody does not blink. His arms are folded. His jaw is clenched, but his foot is bouncing furiously under the table. The judge clears her throat. This court believes there is enough basis to pursue formal charges of financial fraud, deceit of marital status, and perjury under oath. The room gasps. Kody's shoulders slump in, but the judge isn't done. Additionally, this court advises referral to the state attorney for continued criminal prosecution and initiates formal review of the network's role in covering up evidence. This isn't a verdict, it's a reckoning. And what occurs over the next several minutes will rend asunder wounds that will never close and provide closure the wives never even hoped to get. Kody's attorney objects from his feet, flinging out complaints of character assassination and prejudicial comment. The judge waves him off. This court has considered hundreds of pages of documents, financial reports, notarized marriage certificates, secret letters, and first-hand accounts from the victims. Your client's manipulative pattern is chronicled, intentional and profoundly debilitating. Christine breathes for the first time in what feels like an eternity. Meri shakes, not out of fear, but release. After all these years of silence, shame, and camera-perfect smiles, the truth is finally out in the open. Janelle doesn't cry. She doesn't blink. She simply whispers, "He really thought he'd get away with it." And in that instant it becomes evident the courtroom isn't only holding Kody Brown accountable, it's observing the destruction of a decades-long delusion. The judge addresses the women. Each of you are entitled to make formal complaints for emotional damages, financial compensation, and breach of contract of marriage. You are also entitled to bring civil action against the network, subject to the outcome of the review. Christine goes first. "I don't want a penny from Kody Brown," she says, voice unshakable. "I want one thing, a public apology on record. He took years from me. I won't let him take a minute more." The judge nods. "Mr. Brown, would you like to respond?" Kody rises to his feet slowly. He does not look at her. He does not look at any of them. "I did what I needed to do in order to maintain control," he grumbles. "They don't know what it's like to be the center of a sinking ship. I was going under, and I made choices that weren't ideal." Christine cuts in. "You didn't just go under. You dragged us down with you." Kody's face sets, but the judge intervenes. "Mr. Brown, this isn't about blame. This is about accountability. Do you take it?" Silent. Then at last, "Yes." One word. Empty, too late. But the harm is already done. And now the women get to control the ending of the story, not Kody. Meri steps up to the bench next. She opens a handwritten letter. Her testimony. "I once thought in terms of loyalty no matter what," she reads. "But loyalty without honesty is bondage. I was a slave to his charm, his chaos, his gaslighting." She glances at Kody. "I don't hate you, but I'll never trust you again." She puts the note on the record. Robyn stands last, still shaking, her voice barely audible. "I stood up for you. I was the bad person for you. I chased women away who only ever wanted to love you." Kody attempts to interrupt, but the judge holds up her hand. Robyn goes on. "And the truth is, I don't know who I am without you, but I'm going to find out." She turns away from him and walks off the stand. And that image, Robyn walking away for the first time, cuts deeper than any sentence. The judge closes the folder. This court recommends full release of evidence to the media and regulatory bodies. These women deserve transparency and closure. Christine's eyes water, not from pain, but peace. Reporters are yelling questions outside the courtroom, but the wives refuse to stop and answer. They exit in unison. Four women who once shared a man, now bound together by truth. The doors close behind them. Inside, Kody sits alone at the defense table. The cameras cut off. The show is over. Weeks later, headlines cover every news outlet. Kody Brown under investigation for fraud. Sisters unite against TV HSB. In TLC, silent amidst mounting evidence of cover-up. Sister Wives spin-off in development. Without Kody. Christine launches a podcast. Janelle starts a non-profit. Meri publishes a memoir. Robyn takes a hiatus for a time, but then reemerges with a subtle video on rebuilding identity. Kody, he becomes quiet. The man who previously longed for the limelight now seeks to evade it. And perhaps that is the true justice, not imprisonment, but revelation. The courtroom theatrics are done, but the healing, only just beginning. For the wives, for the children, for all who thought the lie, and now get to see it disintegrate. Christine sums it up best in her last interview. "We thought we were living a love story, but it turns out, we were getting by on a scam."